Welcome to Spooky Reviews, edition 35. This time, I'm looking at the Arrow double Blu-ray release of Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Now, this movie from 1989 has gotten some pretty terrible reviews. I don't think it's really deserving of them. Don't get me wrong, this is no Oscar-worthy film, but as a quirky 1980s slasher sort of thing, I think it has plenty of charms. The story is a retelling of the classic The Phantom of the Opera. In this case, though, a young man named Eric, who is thought to be dead, is our Phantom. But instead of an opera house, he's living in a mall. Now, that may seem odd, but that's because in order to build that mall, someone burned his house down, killing his parents and disfiguring him. He's on a mission with a twofold goal. First, he's looking to enact revenge on those responsible, and the second part of that equation, though, is his desire to protect his girlfriend, even though she doesn't know he's still alive. Now, the cast of the film is interesting. You've got Morgan Fairchild as one of the biggest names, and she's playing the mayor of the town. Pauly Shore, in a very early role, plays the guy who works at the mall's yogurt shop. Jonathan Goldsmith is the owner of the mall. Now, if you don't recognize that name, but you know who he is. He later went on to become a cultural icon as the most interesting man in the world via the Dos Equis beer commercials. Rob Estes, who I know from Silk Stockings, but who others remember from Melrose Place, plays a reporter. Finally, Ken Furry, who should be familiar to horror fans both from Dawn of the Dead and From Beyond, plays a security guard. Now, those are just the more familiar names in the cast. I would say that some of the acting is very good, while other roles, including the lady playing the object of Eric's desire, are not as effective. Then again, for a lower budget slasher film, you really don't expect award-winning performances. Now, there are some inventive kills, and really that is one of the draws to movies like this. I would say that to me there are some parallels to the Toxic Avenger movie, but this film is less over the top and more serious than that one. The movie has plenty of gratuitous nudity, which is something one expects from horror films of the time. Some cheesy 80s music definitely dates this. Overall, though, I'd consider it a fun film with some inventive aspects that manage to take the whole slasher thing to a somewhat fresh direction, or in a somewhat fresh direction. And I mentioned that this is a double disc set. Now, the first disc includes the main movie, along with the usual interviews and commentary and things. The second disc has several alternate cuts of the film, one of which is an Easter egg that you have to get to through doing some special stuff on your remote. Those really make this of interest to hardcore fans of the movie, I think. Certainly, those have their merits. I think the main feature is worth the price of admission by itself, though. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.